guys, welcome back to the pod. Don't quit your day job. How are you guys doing this week?
Doing all right. I'm surviving after my surgery, but for all of our listeners, I just had a hysterectomy and I am on medication and barely surviving today. So bear with me.
What about you, Stephanie?
You're going to do great. Oh, I'm doing good. It's a Monday. So we got 4 weeks and 4 days of school left, and then I'm on vacation. So I'm doing great.
Nice.
I'm so glad.
Well, what about you, Christina?
I'm doing good. I did not have as productive of a day as I wanted to have, but I'll make it up tomorrow. So I'm doing good though. What is everybody's newest TikTok obsession? Because I have one.
Oh, I am in recession TikTok. Like,
I've been in recession TikTok. We're like homesteading, repurposing. I've been there.
I mean, kind of me too, but I am definitely in it. I'm definitely in, like, I think my new thing is I really want to do some more like thrifting and repurposing. I'm in the Buy Nothing group for Northwest Arkansas. I'm wanting to, until I get my house, I'm really wanting to kind of redo my hallway and make it a better, like, OOTD area.
That's cute.
So I'm wanting to kind of redo that area of my house and do it on the cheap. So that might be something that I do some TikToks and some videos on. And I'm feeling that, like, YouTube is a little overwhelming, so I'm kind of I think I'm going to start on my TikTok channel. So we'll maybe link that in our bio for me. But follow me there and you can kind of get started with me and get to know me there. What is happening outside your door, Stephanie?
Sorry. I just have random people standing outside my window. Luckily, it's tinted, so they're not looking in, but it's a wee bit creepy. Sorry. I agree with the TikTok situation. Especially my content, the videos tend to be like really long for me personally to be able to do like a whole YouTube episode. And, I edit our podcast every week and I have a full-time job. So like trying to record while I'm creating art takes 3 times longer than it would normally. So yeah, I'm with you though. I'm also trying to like set up my TikTok and like do shorts. I feel like I can handle the shorts situation. Tina's rocking the game with her book tube stuff. So I'm pretty excited for her.
Great with her booktube.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck on like 90s, the country countdown TikTok where it's like all the old like number.
That's fun.
Yeah. And cozy, like slow living on a farm, which is my dream. But I currently live in the suburbs.
Is it this week you started that dream? Because I do remember like 2 or 3 episodes you said, no, people got to be here.
Well, I told you I have to live on a compound with people, so that still is true, but I do want a farmhouse. But I don't want all of the things that go with a farmhouse. Like, I don't have any interest in chickens.
You don't want farm chores?
No, I don't want farm chores. I want a farmhouse and an old retro fridge. That's what I want.
Well,
and
that's okay.
Curtains.
If we live on a compound together, I'll have ducks. I don't want chickens. Chickens, some people have them as pets and they absolutely love them. And I think that that's great for them. I think I want ducks. They're cute. They just seem a little more expressive in their little faces.
What are those little ducks? Those are so stinking cute. They look so
call
fake.
Ducks, yeah. Little call ducks. So that's what I'm looking forward to when we have property to set up a farm and tiny.
I want
duck
mini
herd or flock
and mini
horses.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to do the work for them. But I want chickens for eggs because I do love eggs. So that's
another reason why to have ducks. They lay more eggs and they're bigger and more nutritious. So I'm kind of in that game.
I've never eaten duck eggs, so that's a new situation for me.
I think they're supposed to taste relatively the same, just maybe a little richer.
They do taste relatively the same, except they're better in baking. That's what I've always been told, is that duck eggs are better in baking. The yolk is bigger, and so they're better in baking. Jason wants to go the opposite of bigger. He wants to go smaller, and he wants to own quail, which are like the itty bitty tiny baby eggs that you see.
Have you seen the TikToks with the button quails that are like the size of a quarter when they're first hatched? They're like this big. And I'm like, I would lose it. It would get lost. Like,
I'm TikTok.
I had Reese when he was 8 weeks old and he was barely a pound, like this big. And I was afraid I was going to lose him. He was so little. He was like the size of a hamster. Couldn't imagine something smaller than that. But yeah, I've been on chicken TikTok for a little while.
They're all getting out of the brooder. They're all going to the brooders out of the little incubators. They're so stinking cute. They're so cute. But then they turn into dinosaurs.
I know I'm like going back to the ducks, but there's a girl I just started following, which is why I'm kind of like stuck on them. I was stuck on them before, but like now I get to see live versions of them because I like the little, here, I'll show you guys. I made a little keychain duck. So I've been stuck on ducks for a while. I follow a lot of artists, little modeling clay artists. I love them. And what's my other big one? Oh, I follow a lot of animals, guys. TikTok for me is a place for my serotonin levels to rise. So I have unfollowed anything that is like too serious. And so there's just a lot of farm animals, a lot of sourdough, bread making, a lot of homesteading, gardeners, house plant people. Like, it is literally just customized to the things that make me happy. So that is where I'm at.
I'm so happy for you. Love, like I said, I'm on 90s TikTok or on like cottage, whatever, farmhouse TikTok. And I love all the thrifted things, except in a thrift store, I can never see what they see in their home. Like, people who do that have a talent in which that I do not possess and would love to figure out how to possess that talent. Like, they bring these things home and they make them look so cute on the walls, like old picture frames and stuff that like with pictures in them that I see at Goodwill and I'm like, no, that doesn't do anything like that. I can't do it. Now I'm going to learn how to make bread because I want my kids.
Because your husband, I hope you keep the sourdough alive. If it's a sourdough thing, he can help keep it alive. Because that's my problem is like, I can't keep these germs alive. I can't keep the bacteria going. I think my house is too cold.
That's possible because your house is really
not
cold.
Warm enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that brown sugar is just sugar and molasses today.
How did you not know that?
I don't know. I didn't. I'm now on like all this TikTok. Okay. It's like what I made for this week. And it's like, I made homemade Pop-Tarts. And I was like, okay, I want to make bread, but I'm never making my kids homemade Pop-Tarts. They want Pop-Tarts. They need all the chemicals from the store. I'm not doing homemade Pop-Tarts. No freaking way.
I'm going to be making homemade butter this summer. And
today we're here to celebrate the real MVPs, moms, 2 of which are on our call today. Stephanie and Christina.
I was like, where's my mom?
I know. I was like, Mom has not yet made a reappearance yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Who apparently don't recognize themselves as mothers are on our call today.
If you want a mom real talk, it took me a long time to get used to the idea that I was a mother. But that's also partly because I was a mother at barely 20. I was 19, barely 20. So that's also a young age for you to be like, this toddler's calling me mom. Oh, wait, I am that mom.
Sometimes it still hits me. Like, Uriah will say something, and I'm like, I'm this person's like, I'm Charlene to this person. I'm this person's mother. Like, I wonder if mom ever had that moment where she like, there's 7 of us and she's just like, I wonder if I'll do it again when I'm a grandma. Be like, I'm someone's grandma. Like,
you probably will.
Crazy.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I am not ready to be a grandma, but I'm a lot more excited at the prospect of being a grandma than I was a mom. I don't know what that says about me, but like, I love my child. I feel like he's mostly well-rounded. There's only so much I can do with the capacity that I have to work with, but but I am super excited for grandchildren. So I don't know.
I'm very far off from that.
It's our Mother's
Well, you
Day
also have
special,
little kids.
and we couldn't just do brunch and call it a day. So we're talking about pop culture moms, some chaotic Mother's Day fails, and we've even got a little game cooked up to honor the queens who raised us and who put up with our nonsense. So pour yourself a mimosa or a fomosa, and call your mom if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. So our first segment is the Pop Culture Mom Hall of Fame. So we're going to discuss who are the ultimate TV, movie, or even reality TV moms. So we're going to nominate some iconic TV moms. And each of us are going to go around and nominate some. I personally am going to shout out Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. She may not be
I love her so much.
a traditional mom, but she's there when it counts most of the time. She doesn't know how to
Unless
fold
it's
in
about cheese.
but she gives it a go. She tracked down David when he ran away and was in the field.
I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do.
So I want to hear, who are your ultimate TV moms? You can nominate 1 or 2. Let's go 1 or 2.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come to the first one that when we came up with this idea to do this, my very first go-to mother is Molly Weasley, the OG don't
Good
touch
choice.
my daughter. So I'm about it.
Okay.
Also, I just take that like, I'm going to threaten your well-being if you step out of line. I take that from Molly Weasley so much. She's so good at it.
She is an epic example of a mother. She's the perfect, like, motherly, like, she will care for you no matter what, and yet she will also whoop that butt.
Rule. Yeah.
Like, if you need it, like, but she will also whoop whoever threatens her family. So she's an epic example. What about you, Christina?
I think maturing is realizing that Emily Gilmore and Mrs. Kim were the better mothers on that show. I think that's maturing, is like realizing that Emily Gilmore and Mrs.
I think Mrs. Kim took it a little far.
She did take
it a Emily Gilmore, far. I'm with you. Pretty good mom.
I just think that like that's maturing, is realizing that there were some things that Emily could have learned from Lorelai, as far as like, there were some, like when your child wants a different path, but then you see it in the later seasons that Lorelai is not much better when Rory wants to follow more of that Emily Gilmore path than she does the Lorelai path. She's not real good at accepting it either. So I think that maturing is realizing that Emily Gilmore really is like the mom that we all should aspire to be. So there's something about like maybe not being 16 when you have a kid, like maybe being a little bit older and established when you have a child.
I think that's an excellent point. I think we all fell in love with that show when we were teenagers. So Lorelai seemed like the epic mom. She seemed perfect because she was your best friend. She was so quippy. She was so cool. She was beautiful and, fun. But at the end of the day, you're right. Now that we're older, Emily was the one who was the reliable one,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes that's
and I
what you
think,
need.
yeah, and I think a lot of times you don't realize till much later, especially as an adult, like how much Rory had to be the adult and the mother in that relationship, and how that wasn't fair to her, even if that was her like born personality, which I don't believe it was. Because again, much later, as she was an adult and developing, she had to regress back to being
Yeah.
a kid because she wasn't one. So, yeah, I think that's a good example.
Also want her wardrobe. Like,
No, I think that's
Emily's?
excellent.
yes,
Oh, no,
I
thank
want.
you.
I want Emily's wardrobe. It's always so crisp and tailored, and she always looks phenomenal. I don't care that she looks old. I don't care. She looks like New England real money, and I would love to look put together like that.
They don't look comfortable. I'm not about that.
I am unfortunately more often Lorelai on Rory's first day of school before
I
first day
was
of
just going to
children.
say that. I was just going to say that's me with the fuzzy clock. And my fuzzy clock didn't purr.
Unfortunately, I am more of the Luke of it all, where it's just jeans and the same like shirt every single day. Yeah, I'm the Luke of this situation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
At least
funny.
Lorelai had a really nice, like, professional attire, and like she did have cute outfit. No, I'm just jeans and a tee.
You're just the backwards baseball cap of it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am
That episode where Jess dresses up like Luke is amazing. To like, because he tells him he's gonna
wear
so. But I do. I think that Emily is the superior mom in this relationship, and I hope that, like, I think that I never understood when Mom was like, when we were younger, and Mom was like, "I'm not your friend." I always wanted a friend. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted like somebody who understood and was a friend or whatever. But I had friends. I didn't need a friend to parent. I needed somebody who like used the stove to do more than hold the shoes in the house. Like, that's what I needed.
I never had like the best friend relationship with my mom, but I always had a great relationship with my mom. Like my mom is a great mom. Like she's just so silly, but like she's had this thing with her hip lately. We've been trying to get her to get her to ask for physical therapy, which she finally did. Thank you, Mom. But my mom uses phrases and that are uniquely Karen, and I Karen in the best way, not in the like, let me speak to your manager, Karen. Karen as in my mom Karen's. But she uses these phrases that I would never use in my everyday vernacular until I am around my mom. And then they just come out. And my mom she was really kind of struggling, like getting around her birthday. And I was watching her and I said, "Mom, you really do have a hitch in your giddy up, don't you?" I said, "Mom, what happens to me when I am around you? I would never say that unless I am around you." But like I sing the same words, the same like random tunes that she sings. We make up little ditties, but they are very much Karenisms that we just do. The cultural women we have our own language, and Joel has accepted it, and Jack is getting used to it. So the people who
That's
join our
funny.
family they learn it. And Dad's been used to it for a long time. So, but Mom doesn't curse and never has, and it has been a struggle for her that we do. I especially do more than she does. And like I've maybe heard my mom say shit maybe 5 times, on the outside 10 my entire life. And like I went through a crap phase in high school, and my mom would be like, watch your language anytime I said crap. And I was like, it's not a bad word. And she's like, yes, it is. And so, my mom and I are very different and yet so similar. But honestly, like, she's such a great person. I couldn't ask for a better, like, role model. We're very different, and yet she just rocks in the most unique way.
We have a great mom that we're now best friends with, but we were not when we were younger. Like, friends with your mom was not something we were ever going to be with Charlene Gear. Like, just when she was raising us, that was not how it was going to play down.
She had a job. She had a job to do,
did.
and that was to get us through high school.
Yes, and she takes that job very seriously. So she is not your friend. But now Mom's one of my best friends. So we both have a great mom. So, but yeah, I don't think my kids will consider me a friend either right now. More so than mom. More than mom and dad. I'll give them that. More than mom and dad.
I don't think I agree with you on that. Not so much a friend, but like your relationship with your kids looks a lot different than our relationship with our parents growing up. Just because you do implement a lot of gentle parenting, and your kids are very comfortable with coming to you with concerns or problems, or like even when they just want to be little buttholes, like they're comfortable with going to you. And not that if something was wrong, we couldn't go to mom. That's not what I'm saying. So mom, don't take it like that. I just meant like, like for us, the approach was if you're not dying, you're not bleeding, and you're not causing harm to someone else, don't come at me. I just worked a 40-hour shift, and I need some alone time, or I need some quiet time. No. Yeah, like I don't know. Like I said, and I think it's the same with Seth and I. And I did not gentle parent because I was a child when I had a child. So I didn't know what that was. But I feel like it's still a little bit different than it was when we were growing up, which it should be. You should learn and grow as parents and children of those parents. But yeah, no, mom's great. She is our best friend. We have a best friends day every Thursday, which I'm really missing right now because it's on hold because of baseball season. So sorry, Christina, I didn't mean to interrupt. You can go back to your thing. I was just going to say, I don't think that's true. I think they view you as a friendly really mom.
Like, I think that I miss our day every week this week too.
I'll say, as an aunt watching in, so I am not a mom, and as since I just had a hysterectomy, that's not in the cards, and honestly, I didn't want it to be in the cards, but I love being an aunt. But one of my favorite things that Christina has implemented, that I have watched you implement as a parent, is even when the boys don't like a rule that you implement, you've always said, what's my number one job? What's mine and Aunt Julia and Aunt Stephanie's number one job? To keep you safe. And the
Mhm.
boys know that. And the boys have to say that. When you say, what's our number one job? The boys say, to keep us safe. They might not be happy about it, but they know what that rule is. And they know that no matter what what we're saying no to or what we're implementing that they might not like, they know that the reason behind that rule, even if they might not understand the reasoning or the connection, it's the reasoning behind it is whatever we said no to is to keep them safe.
Yeah,
And
that is
I
my number one parenting rule. That's my number one parenting rule. Like, you got to make it to 18 without hopefully breaking anything or doing any long-term hospital stays. Like, we're like, hopefully having babies. Oh my gosh, I hope we make it to 18 with no babies.
My child is scared of girls, so we're good for at least another year. So, not like scared in the sense like he won't talk to them or anything. He's not one of those kids. He's just one of the ones that's like, I don't know why they're having so many feelings, Mom. I just said they were pretty. Like, okay, Seth, it's okay. They just have a lot of feels.
Speaking of milestones, so Uriah's on his first date this weekend. He asked his dad if he could ask a girl out. So he asked his dad first if he could ask a girl out, and Jason said, you can call her your girlfriend, but you can't go anywhere with her. And then as soon as he asked her out, she said yes. And then her first thing was like, can we get ice cream at Brahms? And so Jason was like, I told you couldn't go anywhere with her. And I was like, it's just ice cream with Brahms. Like, it'll be fine. So they're like going.
With both his parents, they're one parent each or whatever.
So Sunday, Peanut is going to go on his first ever date. So
who's chaperoning?
Me and Jason are supposed to go and sit with her mom. I'm scared for her. She has a nut allergy, so all tree nuts except coconut. She has the opposite of me. So like, I'm only allergic to coconut. She's allergic to all other tree nuts except coconut. And so she has to carry like an EpiPen and stuff. So I was like, please don't leave your daughter in my hands. Like, this is a Brahms with like ingredients. No. So I was just like, you got to be careful with that stuff. Like, I know she can't have Chick-fil-A because it's peanuts. And then I was like, maybe she can't have peanuts. Maybe she's not allergic to peanuts. I don't know. And then Uriah was like, no, she's allergic to peanuts and tree nuts. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's too much.
Glad he picked the scariest allergen-ridden kid to have as his first girlfriend.
Yes. He's very excited, and I'm very much not ready for this. Peanut is only 11, so.
Yeah, I'm not ready either.
Yeah.
He's still a baby.
He's going to be in middle school next year. He's very much, right now he wants Discord. He wants to get a Discord to talk to his friends.
Oh, that's a little iffy. Not because Discord's bad, but just the fact that it's so easy to get into a group or a what it was actually called, a server that is not child friendly.
Yeah. So he wants Discord to hang out with his friends on, and I'm like, oh, I think your friends can just text you. I don't think we'll be making the Discord jump.
At least not until high school, where and to be fair, Peanut's a pretty good rule follower. Like, he's a lot like you, where he gets anxious if he thinks he's not doing what he was told as far as the rule set goes. But yeah, no, it's just, there's some dangerous people out there. So I would recommend no Discord until at least high school.
Yeah.
Seth didn't get it until he was high school, but Seth also wasn't allowed to have a phone until he was in high school. So,
well, Peanut only has a phone because he's going to ride the bus next year. I'm not looking forward to that, but he's going to ride the bus next year. So, He's excited.
Make sure that you double check with the school's policy with phones and stuff coming into the next year, because that law did pass. So schools are now liable for children bringing their phones. And if the state finds that children are on their phones during the school day, then districts can be penalized and prosecuted for it. So
that's fun. What's your guys' role going to be next year?
Well, we already implemented the Yonder pouches, and we've already implemented a no cell phone policy. So ours will just probably get a little more stricter. Right now, what we're struggling with is children won't put their phones in the Yonder pouches. And so they're obviously using them, hopefully not in front of teachers. They're definitely not using them in front of me because they know I'll snatch those things up. I took 10 to the office one time, but because I'm not losing my job for a cell phone. It's not going to happen. But yeah, no, you just want to make sure, because they will crack down on kids and not, again, he's a rule follower, so I don't think he's going to get in trouble or whatever, but you just want to make sure that you read that policy to make sure he can have it out on the bus, because some districts aren't even allowing them to have them out on the bus. So
okay, yeah, I'll have to look into that. So what about
I think
moms?
it's important that he has one, because he'll be doing like East and band and all that stuff. So it's important that he has one, but you just want to make sure.
Yeah. Oh, kids getting older.
Mm-hmm. Let's go into our second segment, which is Mother's Day gone wrong. What do you think is the worst Mother's Day gift you can get? My vote for this is any kind of appliance, i.e. a vacuum.
I would agree with, back in the day I would have agreed with you, now I disagree with you. Like back in the day I would have totally agreed with you though. But like, if I could score a new washer and dryer out of Jason for Mother's Day, I would score a new washer and dryer out of Jason for Mother's Day. I hate my washer. Jason knows this. It's not news to him.
I'm not even going to lie. I just had to buy a new mop. And I don't know if y'all know this, but a mop and bucket set nowadays, freaking expensive. Unless it's one of those ones that break after one use. Like, I think I got the O-Cedar.
That's what we have.
Like spin mop. $50. I'll take that for Mother's Day.
Did you have the two? Now, what you won't get me for Mother's Day, what I think is the worst gift, is you won't bring a Peloton up into this house for Mother's Day. You will not do anything that calls.
That's a good one.
You won't bring a stair stepper into here. You won't bring a 90s, that thigh master. You won't bring any of those up in this house on a Mother's Day. Do not get me a gym membership or tell me anything like that. You won't be doing that on Mother's Day. Did you get the bucket system that has the two? Jason is a germaphobe, so he had to get the bucket system that has the clean and the dirty water, because he has to know that he's using clean water.
Yeah, and I use it for the first time last night, and I will say it is nice. Not so much. It is for the germs. Like, obviously, you're cleaning to get rid of germs or to reduce them. Like, yes, but because I have two Labradors, it is really nice that I'm not like one rinse and my whole bucket is brown and I have to get new mop water. So that is nice that I can go through a whole bucket of water before I have to get new water. So
yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't, unless I specifically ask for it, I don't want exercise equipment.
I also agree. Unless I ask for an appliance, I don't want an appliance either. Like, you can't, true. Like, we can't be going to buy a stove and then you be like, by the way, this is your mother's gift. Like, that's not happening. Like, I agree with you on that. But
no. See, our old stove, it doesn't work no more. This is a necessity. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that one too. For me, this is going to sound terrible because I am a terrible person. Okay. At some point, I don't like really big jewelry that says mom on it. and then it hurts their feelings if I don't wear it. And even when I was little, if I didn't like it, I could not physically put it on my body unless mom like shoved me into it. Like, so
That's
I know that
valid.
again, that's terrible, but I don't like, or cards.
I don't want anything sentimental.
I know people love cards, but I don't want them in my house. They just sit in a box and I never.
Totally valid.
So I don't want anything sentimental for my kids. The only time I want anything that's like sentimental for my kids is at Christmas time. If it's an ornament that can go on the tree, that's fine. But like anything sentimental that they make me, I gotta keep this now. And now I got 10,000 tchotchkes.
You're like, I'm lucky I've kept you alive. You want me to not lose this?
I can't do it. And it's always bad art. It's always bad art too. I don't know. They're trying their best.
It's got to be because we're millennials and we have like that baby boomer trauma where they like hoard everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did not mean to bring down the party.
No. I think that's totally valid. And I think the jewelry thing is totally valid, Stephanie. I'm that way. Like, I don't want anything like the birthstones of everybody. Like, that's not my thing. That would never be my thing. Like, I barely like my birthstone, which is amethyst. Purple's not really my color. I
love amethyst.
It's going to have to be a very specific thing. And like, if I don't like it, I don't like it. And like, God forbid you ever get me anything heart-shaped. Don't get it for me. So, yeah, no, I think that's valid.
Are we going to talk about things we would love? Like our number one gifts for like Mother's Day?
So what would you love?
My number one gift is like, even if it's for that one day, to do like the little chores, like take the dogs out and feed them in the morning so I don't have to get up, or sweep and mop, or I'm totally good for the good old traditional breakfast in bed with flowers. I'm good with that. Like that makes my day top tier. Love it.
Your kid can cook now. I'm not eating breakfast in bed made by my two children.
Please, your husband would make it anyway. What are you talking
actually,
about?
Peanut made bacon and eggs this last weekend, and he did a phenomenal job. So he wants to be a little chef. He's doing a good job on that. But I love flowers. I didn't used to. I thought I was a plant person for a little while. That's my mom and my sister's thing. It's not my thing. But I do see these Boston ferns at Harps, and I really want them. And then I'm like, do ferns die? Probably.
They do, which is fine. It's fine to have them for the season and let them die, or let them live their lifespan. It's fine. And it's totally fine that you had a bunch of houseplants that you loved and then they died off. That's fine. There's nothing wrong.
I am not good at watering things, and I don't think we have a good setup for like light and stuff in this house.
I definitely don't.
I love pushing through. I love a candle.
Don't make it like popcorn smelled.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm a big fan of like no gifts from kids under a certain age. Like I'm totally cool with just not getting a gift. Cause I remember we used to take Seth. We used to take Monster when he was little, and things he would pick out. Jason's a big believer that like
I still have that heart eye emoji pillow. It's still chilling in my room on my really nice bed. Doesn't look like it belongs there at all, but it's still there. It's functional. That's partly the reason why it's still around. Is because it is functional, even if it's ugly.
I'm very much like flowers are great, like, but like, and obviously Mother's Day not a thing for me, but like for any kind of celebration, like my family for my surgery, my family, my sister and brother-in-law sent me flowers. My parents sent me flowers. Love that. They're in my room so I can enjoy them. But like any kind of celebration or like gift thing for me, give me like a gift certificate to something that I can enjoy and have a relaxing day. Give me a spa certificate, something for a massage. Give me a nail, like something to go get my nails done, or a facial, or like give me something like that. Something that I will rarely treat myself to, but I will enjoy and be able to go and relax. That is what I want. Or I am a big fan of honestly a gift card to Home Goods. Like, let me go shop. Just again, something I won't always treat myself to, but I enjoy. Like, I love those things.
Gift cards get a bad rap.
They do. And I don't know why. Like, I get, people act like it's a cop out, but if it's something you know that person enjoys, it's meaningful. Like, give me a spa certificate.
And it's better than buying something from that store and they not liking it.
Exactly. I'm so tired of getting crap. Like, it's well-meaning crap, but like, I'm so particular about what I want in my house. It's kind of like what we talked about with subscription boxes last episode. Like, my taste is very particular. I don't want every purse. I don't want every, candle. I don't want every book. I want to pick out those things. So if I have the chance to go pick out those things for myself, I really enjoy that. I love Home Goods. I love Marshalls. I love, TJ Maxx. Let me go shop there. I super enjoy that. Give me those gift cards and let me go do that. That's a great day for me. But
and I don't even mind if like the money from my bank account went to that gift card. Like it is now a dedicated gift card, like money that I will, because if it's just sitting in my bank account and someone's like, take $25 and go spend it here, and be like, no, that's going to go towards Bill. It's going to go towards the dogs. It's going to go towards Seth. It's going to go towards something else.
Exactly. Like I would love for like we have our annual tree party. I would love for us to do like a gift card thing because to something like that.
So I love a gift card. I think that they are undervalued. I love flowers. I agree with all of this. I love all of this. So, I am a size stand mixer, if anybody is asking. Preferably the olive green dark one with the wooden bowl. If anybody's asking, the one that's like $200 more than the regular stand mixer, that one. That's
girl. I can never justify a KitchenAid stand mixer, even though I really want one. But I did get a Drew Barrymore one, and it's beautiful.
Does it come with all the attachments?
Yeah, it comes with all the standard attachments. It comes with like the paddle and the whisk and the dough hook. So, and the bowl. It's not wooden, but it's gray and beautiful.
What's next, Julia?
The rec room.
Oh, welcome to the rec room. Who wants to rec first? I'll rec first. So I am going to actually rec the book First Time Caller. Ooh. It was so good, and it stars a mom. So that's why I decided to rec it this week, is because it does star a mom, and she's a single mother. She does have a huge support system, including her daughter's dad, but It was a wonderful story. It was definitely a Sleepless in Seattle retelling. I'm excited to see the next one. So it's a story about a lady whose daughter calls into Baltimore's #1 romantic hotline. So think Stephanie's least favorite, Delilah.
She's more bearable these days. But the early 2000s, it was like listening to nails on a chalkboard.
So think Delilah, but it's a man. And she calls in because her mom has never dated. In all the 12 years she's been alive, her mom has never dated. And so she's trying to like set her up. Well, their call goes viral because her mom catches her and she's like, why are you talking to a man on your phone at 12 years old at 10 o'clock at night? Like, you know, she goes through all the mom things. And so the video goes viral and it does so well that the station invites her to come on so they can send her on dates to like begin this process of finding her one true love. Spoiler alert, her one true love is the guy from the radio. Like it's the radio host. Hence
hopefully everybody's seen Sleepless in Seattle. Hopefully you've seen it because
I just spoiled it. And so it's so cute. She has a friend who does an anti-Valentine's Day. So they decap the heads off of all the angels, like the cherubs and stuff.
Ooh, okay.
I
thought you were going to say flowers. I started this book, have not finished it. Not because it's a bad book, but because I have ADD. So
it's a wonderful book. So I really recommend it. So Stephanie, what would you like to rec?
I am going to rec a book that we read for our book club, the Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. It is, it's by Jesse Q. Sutanto. If y'all haven't known 10 episodes in that I am terrible at pronouncing English, let alone any other kind of words, here's your PSA. I'm terrible at it. But Vera is a Chinese immigrant who has a tea shop in San Francisco. It's kind of an older tea shop, so it's kind of like run down, and she like talks about like her life has been so fulfilling and so fulfilled, and like it's a really like the storytelling is from Vera's point of view, and she's very much like of course I get up at 5:30 and go for a 2-mile walk. Who doesn't? If you don't, what are you doing with your life kind of narrative? And she is super funny and witty. She thinks she is the bomb.com. And to be fair, she is. So, but she has a Gen Z son who doesn't think that his mom is too meddlesome. So like, you know, when your kids are like in their 20s and they don't want to spend time with their moms kind of thing. So that's kind of how you're introduced to Vera, where she's like trying to meddle into her son. And he's like ignoring her. Well, she wakes up one day and there's a dead man in her tea shop. And so she goes on this crazy escapade because she definitely knows that the police are not up to the job. They didn't take notes. They didn't take pictures. They weren't doing their jobs as well as she could, so she had to do it for them. And so she goes through this whole thing, and she like finds a found family. It's a really cute book. I loved it way more than I thought I would when I read it or started to read it, but it's super cute, super funny. Made me laugh out loud sometimes because like we had an aunt who was Japanese, and they kind of have similar attitudes where they're like, no, what do you mean you can't get up and take all the toppings off a frozen pizza, saute them and make them more flavorful, and then put them back on the frozen pizza and then put the pizza in the oven? What do you mean that's too much work? So yeah, it's so good. It reminded me a lot of her, and I loved it. I hope everybody gives it a read.
I co-signed this recommendation. I loved it when we read it for book club. And the second book in the series is either out soon or recently released. So you've got more to love. I recommendation this week is a podcast / radio show called Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me by NPR. It's just a fun news quiz show. It just makes me happy. The other day, I was kind of in and out of sleep after surgery, but it's one that I've listened to for a long time. It's funny. There's comedians on it who kind of make up stories. They have games. They kind of play for audience members, and one of the prizes is to have the voice of someone on the show as your voicemail, your outgoing voicemail, which is fun. It's one that I love to listen to on like a long road trip and play along with. It's just a great trivia show. So that's my rec for this week. Wait, wait, don't tell me. All right. Are you guys ready for our game of the week?
I'm ready for the game of the week.
All right. We are going to play a game that I have titled The Mother Load, This or That, Mom Matchups. So I'm going to give you 2 pop culture moms and a scenario. I'm going to give you 2 TV moms and a scenario, and you're going to tell me who you vote would be better in that scenario. So it's a kind of a quick fire round.
Ooh, okay, we'll try.
Okay, sounds good.
Lorelai Gilmore versus Linda Belcher, Bob's Burgers. Who's more fun at brunch?
Lorelai Gilmore. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the other one.
Yeah, same. So Lorelai Gilmore.
And the few clips that I have seen of her being a mom, I feel like she's just gonna stress me out.
Morticia Adams or Elastigirls from the Incredibles. Who gives better advice during a life crisis?
You know what? Honestly, I'm going to give it to Morticia Adams on this one. I think that she's going to give the better advice. We
may not be able to take it literally.
Yes.
But she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. Her and her husband are relationship goals, and I think she's kind of mom goals. Like, her kids are weird, but they accept them for who they are and love them regardless of their weirdness, because I think even their parents know they're kind of weird. Like, Pugsley is weird.
Moira Rose from
You know
Schitt's
what?
Creek.
And they're about generational, like, they like family, just taking care of family. They're very much a family-oriented situation, so I'm with it.
That's very true. All right. Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek versus Kris Jenner of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Who would manage your career better and somehow take 20%?
Don't care, Moira Rose. I don't care if I never make a penny, Moira Rose.
I don't know Moira Rose very well, so I'm going to have to go with the OG momager, Kris Jenner. Like, I think that... Huh? What'd you say? Is this me again?
I think it may be.
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. I'm going to have to go with Kris Jenner, the original momager. The fact that she has turned that whole family into an empire off of nothing. Like, off of nothing. But, you know what?
I'm not going to say nothing. Both her husbands had a lot of money. That goes a long way.
That is true. You know what, though? I can't imagine taking 20% from my kids. Like, that, I just realized is something that she does. But I can't imagine doing that to my children. There's a lot wrong with the Kardashians. Like,
you got to pay bills. And at least it's 20% and not all of it. Like the the Culkin brothers. I had to say his name, so I didn't. I'm like, is it Macaulay or Culkin? Is it Culkin Macaulay or Macaulay Culkin? Like the Culkin brothers, their dad stole all their money.
Well, not only that, I think that she really does love her kids. I'm going to say that. Like, I think that in her own way, she really loves her kids.
Yeah, contracts or not, you don't have 6 daughters or however many daughters five daughters that get together like that. You don't. Not unless they love each other and they love you.
Yeah.
As someone who has 6 sisters, I'll tell you right now, if they don't like you, they will not come.
Yep, that's true. So who's next, Julia?
Marge Simpson versus Molly Weasley. Who would throw a better surprise party?
Molly Weasley.
Molly Weasley. She's got that special clock where she knows where everybody is, so she's going to know as soon as you're on your way to come to the surprise party. Also, her husband's going to enchant something he's not supposed to, and she's going to act like it is no big deal.
True. Claire Dunphy, Modern Family, or Kitty Foreman from That 70s Show. Who's more likely to embarrass you in front of your friends, but in a cute way?
Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty.
Kitty with that dog in like the later seasons of That 70s Show. She's calling
Kitty.
She's like, he likes to be tall.
Tall. Like, but she's also so accepting of your friends. Like, she has to put up with Fez, Tide, and Kelso. Like, that's what she's got to work with her kids. Like, but man, is she going to embarrass you. Like, the episode where they accidentally go to a swinger party or they host a swinger party or whatever on accident. That was freaking amazing.
Sorry, guys. I thought I was going to sneeze. I'm fine now. I'm with you. I'm Kitty all the way. Sorry. She's going to embarrass you.
Yeah.
That's going to be really funny.
Sophia Petrillo, The Golden Girls, versus Marie Barone, Everybody Loves Raymond. Who's more likely to roast you to your face? Lovingly.
Sophia. Not lovingly.
No. Picture it, Sicily, 1920. Yeah,
the Nazis are bombing.
To your face. She's going to roast you to your face and not even apologize.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt because she's right.
All right. I think that is our last question of the game. Thanks for playing along, everyone, and thanks for joining us for our Mother's Day episode. And I'll let Christina lead us out.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with us on social media at Don't Quit Your Day Job. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what you're currently reading, watching, or listening to. Until next time, keep it cozy, keep it fun, and don't quit your day job. Unless you really want to. Bye!
Bye!
Bye, everyone.